Fans and teammates say their last goodbyes to the Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant. Zion Wade is now Zaya Wade. And what's popping on campus? Stick with us to hear all this and more on The Bridge. Welcome to the first episode of The Bridge, the show that bridges the conversation, the gap between gender, race, and culture. I'm Alex Montgomery, and with me is Steven Alexander, Sydney Hawkins,
hi,
Angela Peterson, and Malik Taylor.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So, Malik, tell us what's popping on campus, man.
Alrighty, well, we all know that Austin Peay has been very busy with a lot of activities hosted by different organizations, but two in particular has been the very first Black Girls Rock event that occurred last Friday and a night of Melanin Magic that followed Monday, which was the showcase hosted by Austin Peay Wilbert N. Daniel African American Culture Center. So, how do y'all feel about those events? Because I hosted the Black Girls Rock event and I had a very good time there. It was a historic night and I enjoyed it.
I feel like, I got to interview Kawana Bridges, and I just really enjoyed listening to this is the first annual thing that's happened on campus. I just thought it was really cool, it was very positive, and it just really highlights, African Americans in a better light, and I love that. Also, too, I want to say, where was my invitation? Because I didn't get no invitation. Like, I was looking to be on the stage, nobody tell me nothing. I felt left out.
It was on Instagram.
Oh, I was invited to the barbecue, and I didn't like that. I didn't.
There was flyers everywhere.
Yeah.
But, I know you host a lot of things on campus. I mean, how was that for you?
Well, I enjoyed it, and plus me and my co-host Taylor, we just enjoyed being up there on stage, and it was really introducing her to doing different things. And I just like how it was the first annual event, so it got a chance to showcase to the freshmen and sophomores, hey, if I work hard and I get to this point, I can get recognized as well. And some of our very own on this panel was recognized for her achievements.
I really enjoyed it. I was gonna say I was nominated for 2 categories. I want to say she's got the hookup, meaning I have a lot of connections on campus. I know a lot of faculty and staff, and I'm like the liaison between students, faculty, and staff. And she's got everything. So the categories where she's got the power. Don't know if I quite have agility, which the athletes are nominated for. The hookup, the power. And I think I'm missing one, but it was a night of just melanin magic. You guys have said, different students came out, and this one student, she made up a song, and she got to perform her song. Our new gospel choir sung the Black National Anthem. It was just a night of just greatness, and even the people who didn't win an award, it was just a night for everyone.
They still got a chance to showcase.
I love that, and I just think it's also really cool to see that now we have something to offer for, like you said, so many young people who are coming to this campus who, are African American or whatever. They can really relate. It's hey, I can be recognized for doing great work or whatever, and it's we all come together and celebrate one another.
Right.
I think that's cool, and I know you both were probably sitting on the throne yeah, I did that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I bet it was really cool.
It was great to be recognized, because I do work so hard to make a name for myself as well as Black people on campus. So it was great to be recognized, but it was also great to see everyone come together and just have fun.
Yes. Yeah. And I just enjoy hosting. Whenever someone asks me, hey, can you do this? Yes, that's more exposure for me. I try to. Come on, party next time. Come on, let's.
We need you. Matter of fact, we need you hosting everything on campus.
I try.
Because you know what? You honestly, for real, every time someone sees you, they know who you are. They know your face, your personality, and everyone loves you, and that's the truth.
Allegedly.
He's I already know. He's thank you.
He's already blushing.
She said he over there blushing.
But we like a good compliment.
Yeah, I think and a topic that was brought up at your show too was a lot of people think when they hear Black girls rock that other races don't rock. Why do you guys think that is?
I think a lot of people think that when it pertains to Black girls rock, where it's Black girls only rock, and it's not the case. And I think a lot of people don't understand that for so many years, Black people were not considered beautiful or not considered just anything. And we were always the back burner of things. So for this time period that we're in now, we're just trying to say that, Black people rock too, as well as, white people and Asian people and everything. Everybody's upset, everybody want to rock. Everybody wants to rock. I get it. I want to rock too, but we're just saying that African American people rock as well,
we all
So it's no hate. Calm down.
Right.
It's no hate.
It's no hate. I mean, I'm with it, man. Thanks, Malik. And now Sydney. tell us what's happening in the recent news.
So we are all probably familiar with the helicopter tragedy that occurred January 26th that took the lives of famous NBA star Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna Bryant, as well as 7 others, including Peyton and Sarah Chester, Alyssa Carey and John Altabelli, Christina Mauser, and Ara, help me out, I'm sorry. Zobian, excuse me. This Monday, a public memorial was held for Kobe and his daughter at the Los Angeles Staples Center, where Beyonce sung one of Bryant's favorite songs. Shaq brought laughter and a tear-jerking tribute, and a message from Vanessa Bryant, the wife of Kobe and mother of Gianna Bryant. So this is one thing that I've seen in the media a lot. How do you guys feel about Kobe being the new logo for the NBA?
So I want to start by saying this.
I have a question first.
All right, go ahead.
Who is the logo now? Is it Michael Jordan?
No, it is. No.
Sorry.
No, not Michael Jordan. Actually, what's the dude name?
Jerry West.
Jerry West is his name. That's the logo.
Who is he?
He was
Who did he play for?
Old basketball player. I can't tell you that, but like a lot. I know recently the NBA they tried to say like the logo isn't really necessary. Anybody they just like to say like it just represent like the whole NBA. So as far as the question of should Kobe be the new logo, it's like a not a yes or a no. I feel like that's something that we're all grieving and we just all want to like just get some type of remote, because his tragedy, like what happened to him was a tragedy. It was out the blue. Nobody was expecting it. And it was just so heartbreaking. But I feel like if it is true, like it's just a generic like image for all of the NBA. I don't think it should be made to anyone in specific. But I do think they need to honor him and like make like a Kobe Bryant Hall or something for him, because he was a legend in the basketball industry.
I don't know much about basketball, but I would say since so many people love his legacy, like when people are shooting at the trash can, they yell out Kobe.
Yeah.
I think that he's made an impact on the basketball community so much that it would be fitting if he was the new logo.
Yeah.
I think, as the biggest Kobe Bryant fan, not because he died.
Hold on, I'm up there.
One of the biggest. 2010 Phoenix Suns versus the Lakers, that was me right there, fam. Like I became a fan right there. But we look at it like this. If Kobe, Kobe died, we'll make him the logo. But then think about the best NBA player of all time, Michael Jordan. So when he died, they don't want to do the same thing for him. Yeah. Or LeBron James. So I'm cool with just it being Jerry West right now.
That's probably why they're reluctant too, because when all of the legends die, they can't keep changing the logo.
Yeah. Right. And if it's been that logo for so many years, like why change it now?
That's true. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of thoughts on it because I'm not really a big sports person, but I do think, like you guys were saying, I think they just kind of need to keep it as is because it can cause a lot more controversy. Changing it up, like say for instance somebody else dies, was it Michael Jordan? Later down the line, we're gonna change it up for him. He could die next month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to be careful how you do that. Yeah. Let's hope not. I'm trying to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't come for me. Or on Instagram, on Facebook, don't come for me because I will come right back for you.
I mean, even with his death, like a lot of controversy came up, and so like to think, and I mean, I think, and it doesn't mean I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong. I don't know. The man is dead. So bringing up like the NBA logo, I think that, like you said, it'll just fuel the fire at this point.
Yeah. I will say though, with him passing, I'm glad they did the memorial for him because like I got a chance to like just actually see people bring up their stories of him and like give some funny stories and like just a chance for all of us to grieve. Like Beyonce did an amazing job performing, and it was just like when I first heard the news, I was just like shocked, stunned. I was like, this cannot be real. Even brought tears to my eyes because like growing up, I didn't watch basketball. I just watched Lakers and all that stuff. So it was just nice to see the memorial.
And then Alicia Keys, let's not forget her. She killed that, not Beethoven. What's the dude name that played piano? Classical?
Stevie Wonder.
No, the classical.
I don't know.
I don't know. Bach, Beethoven, somebody, one of those people that played piano.
One of the classical musicians.
Yeah.
Classical musician.
Anyways, nice weather we having, huh? That was awkward. Anyways. I made that super awkward.
It's okay. You was talking about Alicia Keys.
She did good.
She did good.
And Christina Aguilera as well.
Yeah. I also enjoyed like the personal testimonies from like the people that he coached.
Oh yeah.
So the people who coached Gianna, it was just really moving. It was emotional. Like I I didn't want to watch it, but I know you wanted to talk about it, so I forced myself to watch it, but I just kind of like cried.
Yeah.
Do you
And
think? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
I was
off
gonna
there.
say I just got in like a sad mood. I was like, okay, you ready to be sad? Cause it's gonna be sad, and I just turned it
Especially
on.
Vanessa's
Yeah.
testimony.
Sorry.
How do you think people are taking it? Like, okay, so we all know what happened a couple weeks ago with the allegations that were brought up against him and all that stuff. How do you? I just want to hear just what you guys think about that, because it's like he has passed away, everyone's mourning him, and then like you still got people who are trying to comfort him.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's the wrong time.
wrong time.
I think if you are, I mean, because like literally that came out hours after he had passed away, and it was news that was him and his daughter. I mean, and you got to think like from like Vanessa's, from his wife's perspective. I mean, she just lost her daughter and her husband, the love of her life, and now all this stuff is coming back up. Like it's just not the right,
It's like
not the right
someone-
time.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. They told us we got to switch. So.
That's why let me be quiet. I don't know
Okay,
what's
well, we want to hear from you on the matter. So here's Patton Cook, the Voices of the People.
Thoughts on Kobe Bryant possibly being changed to the new NBA logo?
I think that's cool. I think that's really cool. I mean, he deserves it.
They should. I don't think they should keep. They should keep the logo, but they should do something else to honor his death.
Kobe Bryant's one of the most influential basketball players off and on the court, so I have 100% for it.
You for it? Okay.
I mean, if they did, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but if they do, then you would have to put into perspective, like if Michael Jordan died, or even if, LeBron dies or something, who else are going to put as a logo?
I respect, the NBA and how they've had the same logo for so long, but I think it'd be nice to have a new change.
Me personally, I don't think it should be right for him, because if he was still alive to right now, I don't think they would have put him as a logo.
But I don't know. I think it would be different. What would they make it? Would it be the fadeaway shot, or would it be him dunking?
That's a great question.
That would be interesting.
So I think for such an influential person like Kobe and the impact he's had on a ton of people's lives, I think it's an okay thing to do right now.
Appreciate you, Cindy. Now let's debate. So y'all, I will stand as the mediator of this debate. I'm completely neutral with no opinions. Our goal is to have a conversation on the topic respectfully, given our beliefs on the matter. We want to bridge the conversational gaps, not deter them. So with that being said, Angela, will you introduce our first topic?
Yeah, so recently, former NBA All-Star and MVP Dwayne Wade's 12-year-old son, formerly known as Zion, officially identifies as she and her. Zion changed her name to Zaya and has full support from her family. So I want to talk about this because I think that a lot of people, especially like some rappers and stuff, have come forward with their opinions on the matter, and just whether or not a 12-year-old should have a say in what they identify as. And also, there's just been some out-of-pocket comments like on social media and stuff coming from grown people attacking this 12-year-old. How do you guys feel about that?
I'll go. I just feel like it's one of those situations where it's like, it's not my household, so I can't really just speak on like how I feel. If he came out to his family and his family is accepting him and they want to go forward with, accepting him as a she, who am I to say, oh, that's wrong, that's not my household, that's not like my child, that's not my parents. Every household do things differently. So for you to say, like, for someone to say how like they feel about a situation, like maybe that'd be how you handle it with yours, but two different like people, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I want to bring up a statistic real quick. According to hrc.org, almost 30% of adolescent transgender females have attempted suicide. And it's even bigger than that in non-binary people. It's over 40% of the people who identify as non-binary have attempted suicide. So I guess I want to come from the perspective that these are Zaya's parents, and just in my opinion, I think that like your parents, I mean, you should be like kind of prepared for anything. You don't know how your child is going to turn out. You raise them and build them up to the best person that they can be, and all the choices that they make after that is choices that they, the choices that they make on their own. But I do think like that, for people to say that they should have just, forget this child, you know? I don't think that's right.
Well, I got a question. Dwayne Wade said in the interview that Zaya knew at the age of 3 what he liked. And now at the age of 12, he identifies not only, as liking men, but as transgender as well. My question is, do y'all feel like at the age of 3 and at the age of 12, a kid really knows who they are, or,
I personally do not. Because sometimes when you're 12, you're going through so many feelings and you're going through so many things, so many transitions. You see hair growing in places that it's never grown before, and you're just going through a different transition. So for me, I don't personally think that a child knows who they are, because there's some 50-year-olds in this world who have no idea who they are. So I think it just depends on the person, but also too at 12, I just don't think that they fully know who they are yet, because it's like you're going through a change of life. So I think it's important to hear your child and consider what your child has to say and not tear them down, but also know that they're still developing, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was just going to say I agree with Steven. I don't think, at 12, I don't really, I don't know. I just was, you go through a lot at 12, so you really don't know who you are. But to also answer Angela's question, my friend and I have talked about this a lot, and we were both saying, like, I feel for this family as well as any other celebrity, because they're in the eye of everyone and they're like being judged. But I like how they are supporting him. But if it was reversed, if he's like, yeah, my son is doing this, but I don't want to support him, the media would be judging him and saying he's the worst parent ever.
Exactly.
So either way, like, it's tough for them.
And actually, I want to say, just to go off of that, the child is going to always remember that when he gets older. He's going to remember, like, my parents were here for me. You know, like, no matter what their views are on it or anyone else's views on it, they were there to support him through it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
So that's what he's going to understand, is that my parents love me through this. Whether they like what I'm doing or not, they love me through this. And I think that's what's important for parents to understand. It's like, I'm this whole disowning thing of your child, I can never disown my kid for anything like that, because it's like, that's still my baby. I created that thing. Okay? So I'm not disowning nothing. You hear me? But I think it's important to show love, even if you don't really support your children's decision. You still have to support them and show them love. That's just how I feel about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's, I think I can agree and disagree with being 12 and kind of, I mean, because I remember when I was 12 and I didn't really go through any, like, you know, sexual identity crisis. Most of my crisis at 12 was just trying to, like, kind of figure out relationships, where I fit in there, my relationship with my father and everything like that, which is a really complicated issue. And I mean, like, and yes, you are feeling a lot of feelings at that time, but it doesn't make them any less valid. And, you know, I mean, when you're 12, yes, there are a lot of feelings that are going on. Puberty and everything like that is hitting you. But, like, I think it's a case-by-case basis. Because if you guys have, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys watched Zaya's, like, kind of coming out video with Jwade, you know, where she was saying, like, I feel free. Like, I feel like I can finally, like, be myself and be unapologetic about it. And, like, the way that, like, she articulated herself was beautiful. You know, I mean, and not a lot of 12-year-olds articulate themselves that way. So that's why I say it's a case-by-case basis. I think that there are some things that you were exposed to, especially as a celebrity. We don't know what, you know, having celebrity parents, we don't know what that brings into the mix either.
That's true. I think another thing, Dwayne Wade said how he did a lot of research on it. Zaya did a lot of research on it, on the topic of, you know, being transgender, stuff like that. But yeah, but Steven.
Yes, let's transition to another topic. So University of Michigan studies, wait, what am I saying? I can't even speak. See, I can tell, I'm just messing up already. So University of Michigan studies has shown that husbands can add 7 hours of housework to his wife. Are women cleaner than men? Should women have to stay at home while the husband goes to work? What do you guys think on this? Me personally, this is what I think.
Why did you just ask that?
Let me tell you, nowadays, what we're living in, I've seen so many women who are disgusting. I said, what happened to sugar and spice and everything nice? Yeah. Because that ain't it nowadays. Because let me tell you something, for me, as a young man, I'm clean. My bedroom clean, my car is clean, I'm clean, my body's clean, my hair is clean, everything is clean, baby. And I'm gonna always be clean. but some people are not clean,
Okay.
and some ladies are not clean. So what y'all got going on? Why y'all not clean now?
Wait, okay, let's go. What is the question that he asked us
The
first?
question
Did he say,
wasn't it
should
like,
we stay at home?
yeah, but you
Yeah,
said, like,
should y'all stay at home and clean? No, I don't think y'all should. Not.
Should you stay at home?
I didn't
No,
say.
I'm kidding.
Ooh, I'm so glad
But
I'm mediating.
that's like my rebuttal to that. When men think that women are just supposed to stay in this one role 24/7, should you stay in one role 24/7? And it kind of goes back to Zaya's identity. Like, he probably felt, well, I don't want to speak for him, but like, people feel differently. We don't want to stick to the same old rules that have been going on
Right.
for centuries. Like, no, we shouldn't stay at home. We want to work just like you guys want to work.
And I think, just in all seriousness now, I don't know where the staying home fits in. Like, if a woman's not, like, if a man's not clean or a woman's not clean, oh, you should stay at home. What is that going to prove? That they're going to be clean? Like, what does that prove?
I don't understand
You know what I'm
the staying
saying?
home part.
Yeah.
No.
So, do y'all, who do y'all think cleaner?
If you ever go, you've been to a Walmart bathroom, right?
Yeah.
There's poop on the wall either way.
Oh.
Women's restroom?
Yes.
I feel like cleanliness don't have a gender. You either clean or you're not.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm thinking the study is talking about like a home, like cleanliness of a
Okay.
home, not cleanliness of
okay.
your
Of a
personal
husband
hygiene.
or-
So I'm thinking they said a man, correct me if I'm wrong, but it said a man adds 7 more hours of cleaning work because I guess the man is at home working, then they come home and bring all of their junk. I don't really know.
Oh,
This-
so he's like adding to a woman's
Yes, adding to their workload.
Yeah.
And then it asked who was more cleaner. I personally think that's like a person by person thing. Like
Yeah.
that's a personality thing that is also was based off of how you were raised. Like
yeah.
my mom was in the military, so everything had a place. Like if something was out of place, this is supposed to be here. Like
Did you have to make your bed like the military?
I had to make my bed every morning, and I still make my bed every morning now,
Because it's,
just
like,
out of
instilled in
tradition.
you.
And I just, when I come home and my bed is not made, I'm like, ew, Sydney, like, you know.
Get your life together.
Yeah,
That's
get
true.
your life together. So I just think it's a person by person and a household by household, not gender by gender.
But I agree though, because both my parents clean. Every morning, my dad was waking me up to clean the house, clean my room. Like he didn't even like me sleeping in on the weekend. Every Saturday, Malik, get up.
Did you
get
wake
up.
up? Did you
Yeah.
wake up to gospel music?
Yes, my mama would be cleaning, gospel music. Malik, come on downstairs, we can go and get started. Had to cut the grass, so like I had to do everything in the house. So if my parents ain't do nothing else, they was gonna clean up their house.
So right now your room clean.
I clean on Saturday. Saturdays are my cleaning day.
Right.
If
He said I clean on Saturday.
I'm a clean person, but I mean, if you catch me throughout the week, Saturday are my cleaning days. That's
So
Said, mind your business.
in other words,
Mind
mind
your
your business.
See, for me, I don't know, like, my dad, like, just speaking about the men in my family, my dad has always been very clean. Well, my dad is a ladies' man, too, so he had to, you know, keep it clean for the ladies,
your
but whatever. No shade,
player.
Dad, love you. But, like, everyone in my family, for the most part, like, well, my mom's side was kind of junky, but like I have OCD really bad, so it's like I need stuff in order. I have to have stuff clean. My mom's a clean freak. Both my parents are, so I think I get that honestly. And my granddad on my mom's side is, so it's like I like neatness and orderness, and I can't have all that clutter and all that filth everywhere because to me, when you have all that clutter and you're not clean, that just shows like your life is a mess somewhere.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, my mama always said that.
Yeah. So I just don't try to deal with it. Yeah.
Why do you think that gender roles come into it though? Like,
I think it's just tradition.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that like nowadays, like I feel like you often see a lot of stay-at-home dads too. Like, I mean, it's becoming more. It's normal. Like, you know, the difference of gender roles is normalizing. So I think that that's a good thing. But I also don't think even if it were switched up, I don't think that men should be staying at home and, you know, taking care of the babies and cleaning and stuff all the time.
Unless they want to. Same with women.
So you would
Unless
get
it's
an
their
option?
prerogative.
Do you give him the option, your husband? Or
I am personally.
Tell the truth
I'm not in
now.
a relationship. Well, okay. I'm
not.
not in a relationship. However, when I look for someone to build something with, I personally want my husband to work because I just want him to have the same work ethic as me.
does he have the option though?
Does he have the option to stay home?
Yeah.
If he has built himself up to where he doesn't have to work, yes, you can stay home. But you're not just going to be at home and I'm working.
You're not going to be on the couch.
Right. But if you have multiple businesses that are working while you're working at home, yes, stay home, but no.
I have a question for you guys. So a lot of people have this negative stigma of like, if men stay at home, automatically they assume that's going to be cheating, right? So do y'all, I want to switch, since we're talking about like, so like,
I
just want to know, like, do y'all think, okay, so if a woman stays at home, right? Okay, it's okay because she ain't doing nothing. But if a man's at home, he's just gonna start cheating. So can y'all kind of answer that?
I want to hear this.
Well, go ahead. Well, to me, I never heard like the stereotype of a man staying home, he cheating. If I always hear like a woman at work and a man is staying home, it's always, oh, the man's a bum. He ain't got no job. He lazy. He just leeching off you. That's what I always heard.
Is that a defense for the man that's probably cheating?
Let me talk.
Alex, I thought you was being neutral.
No, I was just asking the
so,
question.
I mean, in some cases, the man could be cheating, but in also other cases, the woman could be going to work cheating with her work babe.
Her work husband, yeah.
She's tired of her husband, like, staying at the house.
That's right. Women slick, too, because they put on that suit, they try to get all cute and stuff, go to work.
All of a sudden, you on the couch. Babe, why you putting a little more perfume on today? I'm just feeling myself.
Because I'm just like, are you guys living off of a movie right now? Like, have you guys actually experienced this, or are you just like, is this Lifetime?
I mean, it could be Lifetime. It's a little bit of both.
If I'm honest with you, though, most of the time, the men that have stayed home from the ladies that have men that I know about, they out there cheating. That's really bad. So like that's why I brought that up, because it's like that is a stigma that many people like have, and I just wanted to know, because it's like most of the time I haven't encountered personally, but what I've seen is like the men are cheating at home. They're supposed to be, cleaning and doing housely duties, while their wives are out at work.
And they cleaning the wrong thing.
Yeah, they clean the wrong. Ooh, yeah, the wrong thing.
Oh my God.
Oh, can I say that online?
You
the
said
wrong
it now.
thing. But yeah,
you said it.
It's out there now. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all grown. Y'all know what's up. So I don't know. I just think it's awkward. A bit.
I don't even know what to say.
Speechless.
I'm nervous now.
I don't know. I mean, I think that. I don't think that it's just men that cheat. I think women cheat too.
So
you trying to say something?
No, I mean, I'm just saying. Don't attack me.
So we're talking about cheating. That's a whole other conversation.
I can agree with that.
I mean, but I'm just saying, like, if you're a dog, you're a dog.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter, if you're a female or a male. I've seen females that are just as bad as the males, they're the ones who be talking about the men, like, oh, there ain't no good men out here, like men are trash, and it's like, girl, you're trash too.
Oh, I got a question. Does this mean, okay, so talking about cheating and cleanliness, right? Like, oh, we have to wrap up? We have to go again?
Yeah, we gotta wrap.
Oh my goodness, we always gotta go. I'm so sick of it.
Well, stop cheating.
Moral of the story.
Don't tweet 2020 and infinity.
Yeah, we was literally supposed to talk about cleaning, but it's okay. We started talking about cheating.
Steven brought it up. I want to know this.
No, see, look, all right. This was fun to watch him see, Jesus. But we aren't done yet. We want to hear more from y'all. We sent our guy Dakota out to ask a few brain teasers involving spring break and St. Patrick's Day, which are both approaching quickly. Here's Dakota with Man on the Street.
Hi, I am Dakota Stansfield, and this is your favorite segment, Man on the Street. And today, we're going to see who's quicker on their feet, the men or the women.
Justine Johnson.
Nathaniel Woodard.
I'm Skylar.
I'm Drake.
My name is Tyra. I'm Anna Grace.
My name is Kamaya Ferguson.
So, obviously St. Patrick's Day is coming up soon. So where is St. Patrick's from?
Why do I feel like St. Patrick is from Ireland?
I'm gonna say Ireland.
Is it Ireland?
Starts with a B.
It starts with a B. Bulgaria. Nope. Is Bulgaria even still a country? Oh, never mind. Okay.
I feel like he's from like Britain or something.
There you go.
Really?
Miami, Florida. No.
Pensacola. I have no clue.
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, I forgot. I just went there.
Fort Lauderdale. Oh, yeah.
It's Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, that's not true.
It is.
All right, we want viewers to understand we can have a respectful conversation with people who don't look like, talk, or like anything or agree with this. We don't have to like their views or opinions, but respect them. We should have a conversation, listen to each other's opinions, and respect them. Let's bridge the conversational gaps and make moves to respect and love each other, even when we don't agree. Thank you for watching. This is The Bridge.
Woo!